I do love coming here, though, because I'm in this for the stories, and it's like what I've missed the most of the last 2 years is
Be a hooker. I mean, like...
One time, one of the last times, it was 2019, I got invited to do 3 weeks of touring with an amazing punk rock band called Off With Their Heads. And yeah, awesome band. And we had to start in Pensacola, Florida, which we all know is the calligraphy neck tattoo capital.
We'll play video games. You know,
I had to do some shows around here. I did a Gainesville show right here at Lucy's, and I did a Jacksonville show at Rain Dogs, and then I had to take a Greyhound bus for 8 hours from Jacksonville all the way to Pensacola to meet up with the guys in Off With Their Heads and start that tour. And I don't know if you've been on the Greyhound bus lately. Give it up for the troops. Thank you for your service. That's like our own current Vietnam, man. That shit is gnarly. The bus will murder you. And I was like, a bus in Florida for 8 hours? I'm coming prepared. So I showed up in my Please Don't Talk to Me ensemble. I wore big Beats by Dre headphones and giant like Lemmy from Motorhead mirror shades. And it was 7 in the morning and I was super hungover. And I got on the bus with like, please don't bother me. And that lasted 45 minutes. It started at 7 in the morning and we drove for 45 minutes and we had our first stop at a gas station for smoke-breaking gas. And immediately after everyone got off the bus to smoke, the guy in the seat next to me started animatedly pointing to the back and shouting something. I was like, I don't care. But he kept doing it. I was like, well, now I do. So I took my headphone off and he said, that bitch is dead! And she was. There was a woman overdosing on methadone 2 seats behind me, turning rainbow sherbet colors, and I was like, wow, impressive, Florida. 7 in the morning, what do we do? So they called the EMTs, and an ambulance showed up, and the Benny Hill theme played, and they got off, and they were carrying ladders and hoses and bouncing into each other, and there were a lot of clown horns for some reason. And then they got on the bus and went, hey, and they ran to the back and they shoved like a grapefruit in her face and they said, honey, do you know your name? And she said, Tuesday. And that was good enough for them and they got off the bus. And then 2 of the most put upon police officers I've ever seen got on the bus and they're like so not happy to be there. And they go up there, miss, do you know where you're going? And she said, I'm real sleepy. And they said, 10-4, we're good here, because that checks out for fucking Florida PD at 8 in the morning, apparently. And so she kind of came to enough that we can continue on our way. And I tweet this out, and my friends in Off With Their Heads go, wow, story already, very impressive, my man. I was like, I know, 7:45, not bad. And things were cool for another 2 hours until the bus broke down on the side of the road. Yeah, it's like 10:45 in the morning in August. I have gin coming out of my pores. Yes, sweet. Yeah, this monstrous, hungover swamp beast of a person, right? And the bus driver woman stood up and said, everyone, the bus has broken down. And we said, affirmative. And she said, according to Greyhound law. I said, what the fuck did I sign? Okay. What? I said, according to Greyhound law, everyone must now exit the bus for safety. Please follow me. And then she stood up and she ate shit and fell down the stairs right into the Everglades. So we follow this poor woman down, and she's like dusting off pythons, right? And so there's like 19 of us just standing, cooking on the side of the road in the Everglades. I raised my hand up like, what are we doing? And she said, well, I called base, and they said we needed to wait 20 minutes, then go back on the bus and turn it on and see if that works. I said, so Greyhound's official policy, when the bus breaks down, is what you tell the elderly when their computer doesn't work? Like, unplug it and plug it back in and fuck me all the way to the Sunshine Highway because it fired right back up. So what do I know? So we're sitting on the bus getting ready to go, waiting. The bus is like turned over. And out of nowhere, this dude sitting behind me stands up and goes, this is what Donald Trump wants! And we all applauded, like, what does that mean? I don't even know what that means to this, like, solidarity. What is that? This is so fucking weird. And so I'm tweeting all this out, and my friends in Off With Their Heads call me, and they're like, dude, where is the next stop? I said, Miss Bus Driver Woman, where's the next stop? She said, Tallahassee. I said, Tallahassee. They said, you're never gonna survive all the way to Pensacola. Please get off the bus. In Tallahassee, we'll find you. I was like, all right, man. So I said, can I get off the bus in Tallahassee? And she said, yeah, sure. I said, I think so. And she said, because he can't get back on the bus. I said, all right. And so, okay. And so we continue on our way, and they drop me in Tallahassee, and I wave goodbye to my sherbet-colored friends. And now I'm just on the mean streets of Tallahassee. I'm just like gross and sweat-colored, and I have this big beat-to-shit suitcase, like a Willy Loman from the future past, like this weird-ass hobo filled with merchandise and a backpack with my meager clothes that I go from town to town selling my funny wares, right? And I look like Iggy Pop now. You know, it's like, just no.
Here's what I mean. Like, when some of you go
sawdust for some reason. And I messaged them, I'm like, all right, assholes, I'm here now. Where are you getting me? My phone's getting ready to die. And they said, all right, there's a Wendy's near I-10. Meet us there in an hour. I said, all right, no problem. So I put a pin in my phone, and then I see Wendy's, and it says 3.7 miles away, and then my phone dies. So I walked in August at 1 p.m. for almost 4 miles through the mean streets of Tallahassee, Florida. Still wearing my ensemble, still big mirror shades, still big headphones. And I finally get to that Wendy's, and I walk in like a maniac. I look like this deranged monster person with a suitcase, and I throw it in the corner, and everybody's going, what the fuck is this guy's story? And I walk up to the counter at Wendy's, and I said, I would like...
I was busy. I didn't...
Pepper you have, and a spicy chicken sandwich, please. And the guy behind the counter looks at me, and he goes, oh, shit! I'm like, what? He's like, yo, you're him! I'm like, what? Yo, you're that DJ! I forget I'm wearing mirror shades. And I went, uh-huh. Oh, I'm all about the story. I will absolutely lie.
Like 5'9" on a good day.
He's like, oh shit, I knew it. He's like so excited. He's like, I knew it, man. Oh my God. Yo, what do you spin by again? I'm like, DJ Greyhound. And oh shit, I knew it. Oh, it's
I heard about height when I was young.
DJ Greyhound. And people in this Wendy's are starting to whisper, yo, that's somebody. He's got that suitcase, I bet it's filled with cocaine. And that's DJ Dog Pound or something. I think he knows Snoop. I don't know who he is, but he's somebody. And the guy behind the counter,
Categories, different fetishes. People are
like, yeah, Frosty Grifter. Totally. He's like, yo, man, can I get a photo? I'm like, maybe in a minute, man. I've had a day. He's like, I got you, dog.
You know what there's no fetish of?
And everyone in the room is looking at me. You know, you can feel someone staring at you. I'm in this Wendy's, and everyone's staring in like a dull whisper, like, I bet he's waiting on his tour bus. It's a minivan, like fucking... And 10 minutes goes by, and I feel a tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and there is the dude who waited on me, the general manager of Wendy's, the fry girl, and half a dozen patrons waiting to get photos with DJ Greyhound. And so I spend 15 minutes taking selfies while I throw up weird fast food gang signs and shit. And I know this sounds like a story someone would make up. So here's a photo of me in rural Tallahassee with the general manager of Wendy's throwing up fast food gang signs. And that's when Off With Their Heads pull up. And they go, are you taking photos with the people from Wendy's? I said, mind your business. Don't mess this up. So I do all these awkward high fives and handshakes, and I get in the van, and I'm laughing. I can't breathe, I'm laughing so hard, because it's so insane to me. And they're like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, I need a few minutes. That's amazing. I can't even tell you. It was so bizarre. And then I was like, wait a minute. I realized, I don't know if you're familiar, but Wendy's Twitter account is really funny. Like, Wendy's and Arby's Twitter accounts are very funny. And I was like, I went back on Wendy's Twitter account. That's where I got that photo from 5 minutes previous. Wendy's official Twitter sent out that photo with the slogan, shout out to
Everybody's happy. Jesus.
Representing our Tallahassee branch today. And then 5 comments below, somebody wrote, yo, that's not DJ Greyhound. There's a real DJ Greyhound who's a 6'7" black dude from South Africa. So the moral of the story is always lean into the lie.